And welcome to another What Does This Button Do show. This is episode number 110. Pretty cool. It's an educational show about smartphones and tablets with Geeks on Tour. That is us. And here we are. Do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? And I blew that. I have to start over. We'll just pick up right there.
You're okay.
Okay, that's my problem. I don't have the right mouse. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, we are old dogs learning new tricks, and we sometimes are
And forgetting old tricks.
and not knowing what we're doing, but we do this live just for fun. Okay.
Just a reminder that we do have a Google Photos book, and if you go to geeksontour.com/Google Photos book, you can download the first chapter for free. Or if you are a member, you get the whole thing in PDF.
Great. Now, hi, I'm Jim, and here together with my wife, Chris, we're Geeks on Tour. Do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? And do you have questions about your Android phone or your iPad tablet? And how do you learn about these amazing devices?
Well, we are geeks who teach, and we think the best way to learn is in bite-sized pieces on a regular basis. So we came up with this weekly show where we pick a topic each week and go into it. All of our content is on our website at geeksontour.com.
And we invite you to visit. So where are we now?
We're home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for a few more days.
Yeah, we're leaving Wednesday to head west to Arizona. It should be fun.
And this week we presented a Google Photos seminar for a Boynton Beach computer club. They had a great facility.
Oh, man.
That huge screen.
Yeah, everything was very, very nice in there in their performance center.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
So we performed.
We did. On today's show, we have an opening tip. Find an app on your phone. Our beginner's lesson will be camera essentials this day. And a closing app will be a surprise. If you have questions during the show, ask them here in the comments at the YouTube channel. And we'll try and get to any questions during the show. And by Wednesday afternoon, Chris will post the show with all the show notes, and everyone can have access to it there.
That's at thebuttonshow.com.
Thebuttonshow.com. Well, we do invite you to become a member, and if you become a member, there are a lot of benefits. Just go to our webpage, geeksontour.com, and click on Become a Member. Quick tip.
Find that elusive app. Have you ever wanted an app on your phone and you can't find it? You're going bug-eyed trying to find it. Well, that's what I'm going to show you about today. So last week, we had a tip on how to find a lost phone. This week, we're how to find a lost something, an app on your phone. So on the Apple, you swipe right and use Spotlight search. On the Android, you use Google search. Let me show you how. First, on the iPhone. So when I say swipe right, I mean swipe to the right and to the right until you can't go any further and you are on the leftmost screen, and there's search right up at the top. That is called Spotlight search. But there's another way to get there from any screen if you just start in the middle and drag down without touching on an icon. There is Spotlight search. So let's say I'm looking for an app called Dropbox and I couldn't find it. All I have to do is Spotlight search, type drop, and there it is, Dropbox. That is finding an app on my phone. And in Android, I'm going to go to my main home. It's a Google search. And my Android, my Samsung Galaxy S5, I have a widget for Google search right on the home screen. And I think most people do. But if not, if you don't have that, then you just need the Google app. And when you tap that, you have the Google search. But I'm going to do it here. And same thing. I have the Dropbox app on here. And there it is. You can tell it because it has the icon. This will also search the internet, just like a normal Google search, but it also searches your phone. So don't spend time hunting for an app. Just use search.
I like that. That sounds good to me. Well, okay. Well, a few people are checking in. Bill says, hey, from Oregon. Smartphones for seniors. Hi from California.
Oh.
Jeff Turner says, hi from the UK. Well, kind of late out there, isn't it? Or getting later.
Dinner time, I guess.
Very good. Well, it's good to hear all of you. And see you too. What do you got here? I don't have a slideshow.
Slideshow. Oh, that my problem?
Yeah, I think that's yours.
I guess that this took over full screen or something.
Chris is trying something new here. It's a way to display the phone and the iPhone.
This is just
and the tablet.
Okay. You knew that something was gonna.
All right. Well, just play the music.
Well, no. You gotta
figure that out.
All right. It's because I made it go full screen, and I'm there. I'm almost there.
She's almost there.
Okay. There we are. Camera essentials. So we're talking about using a smartphone camera, and this is a beginner's lesson. So we actually teach an in-person class called Smartphone Photography, and we have a book that fell on the floor. That's a 6-hour class where people come and we give them assignments to do on their phone. And we love teaching that. And it's dawned on me that there's things we teach there that we've never done in this show. So that's what we're going to do. So of the 6-hour class, we're just going to teach like the first hour's worth in 20 minutes. Yeah, 25 minutes. If you're interested in the class, we will be teaching it in Arizona at the FMCA rally. We're teaching a condensed version, 2¼ hours on March 9. At the Escapade in Tucson, we're teaching the full 6-hour class spread over 2 days.
Right. We have a morning class and an afternoon class.
Yeah.
For 2 days.
And I want to show you what we created the last time we taught this class. The end result, people could make a little movie, and here was the movie we made of our class we taught at the Escapade up in Vermont this summer. So that's what a rally looks like, all those RVs. And this was the Escapees RV Club rally. We take people outside and make them take panoramas. We teach them how to do slow motion video.
We teach them how to fly.
Yeah, they liked flying, didn't they?
Is that it? Well,
There's just a touch more. And we teach them how to do picture-in-picture. And Jim asks other women to marry him. You get a lot of personal attention in those classes. And we learn a lot. We learn so much because everybody's phone is a little bit different. So that's how we learn, is by helping other people with their real phones.
Yes, when one person teaches, 2 people learn. Is that
Right,
how it works?
right. Very good. Very good. Yeah, you got that right. Okay. So, camera. The smartphone is not a camera, but it has a camera app. The smartphone has lenses and sensors and things that a camera needs. It's the app that actually makes it, though. Every smartphone has a native camera app, and every manufacturer uses their own. So that's why I say every single phone is so different. And if you don't like the app that came with your phone, there are other ones. If you want to take raw photos, None of the built-in, the native camera apps do that. But one of the other apps that you can either buy or download for free will. So that's what we're talking about, the camera app.
If you want to shoot RAW, you better have a lot of memory.
Yeah, yeah. Well, or use Google Photos so that they go up and you can erase them from your phone.
Right.
I don't shoot RAW, but Google Photos does support uploading RAW. So what is the number one tip, the most important thing we can teach people to have better photos, Jim?
I think the most important thing is to clean the lens. You can get one of these microfiber cloths or something like that, but just the lens is over here. Just make sure that it's clean, because where do these things live? They live in your pocket or in your purse or something like that, and they get gooked up. And if you don't have a clean lens, you're not going to get a clean picture. That's the bottom line.
And especially when you're taking a selfie, there's a lens on both sides.
Ah.
So this one really gets a lot of fingerprints on it. So clean the lens. It will make a huge difference.
Yeah.
And then our other general tip is to hold the phone like a camera. We're so used to using these as phones that we hold them like phones all the time. But if you're going to take pictures, if you're going to use it like a camera, hold it like a camera, which is usually horizontal. I mean, it should absolutely be horizontal unless there's a good reason to do it vertical, just like a real camera. You hold a camera and it takes a horizontal picture.
Because that's the aspect ratio of the screens that we typically look at.
Yeah, when you show it on a computer, you want it to take up the whole screen. If you hold it vertical, you're just going to get the little sliver in the middle.
Right.
So hold it like a camera. Okay, now what's going to happen here, I'm going to actually take some photos, and I want you to be seeing what the lens is seeing. So we're going to switch over, and I am going to demo taking a photo, setting focus, using zoom, taking a selfie, take a video, how to turn flash on and off, and taking a panorama. I'm going to do all 5 of those with both the Android and the iPhone.
Okay.
Very quickly.
Okay.
And then we have a couple of advanced features for those of you who already know all that other stuff. All right, so we are going to something called Reflector so that you see what the lens is seeing. And I'm going to start with the iPhone. All right, so first I need to hold it like a camera, right? So I'm going to switch it to go horizontal. And then I need to tap the camera app, which in this case is in the upper right-hand corner. Now you're seeing and how about smile? Okay. Now give me some interest. How about that apple there? Okay. All right. So all you do is tap that shutter button and you've taken the picture. But now, what are your other options?
That's good.
Like we have a sign up on the wall there that says on air. I want to have you realize
I guess I have to lean.
I can decide whether to bring Jim's face as the focus or whether to make that sign as the focus. So I'm just tapping the screen. I'm touching where it says on air, and notice that yellow box that comes up, and he's not as in focus now. If I touch on Jim, notice I can see every hair in his cute little mustache.
I must ask you a question then.
All right, so I will bring him in focus and take a picture. I'll bring the on-air sign in focus and take a picture.
Luckily, you can delete all of these pictures. You don't
Really?
have to keep all of these pictures, just the ones that might be acceptable.
But that was just a matter of tapping the screen to set focus and exposure on the iPhone. So just a real silly little example here. If I point down, there's some dark. If I tap where it's dark, the exposure changes. If I tap where it's light, the exposure changes to that. So tap to set focus and exposure. Now flash. So where is the flash? It's on the right here. You see that lightning bolt? And what you do is you tap where that lightning bolt is, and notice you have three choices: on, auto, and off. Now, we think that it should be off almost always. You should have it on the off setting normally.
Usually.
Because you just don't want the flash going off unless you want the flash going off.
Right. When you look at these things, they're basically really small LED flashes, lights, and they're not going to light up a whole lot. So we see, you're in a stadium or in the audience and there's a stage down there and you see these flashes going off. They're not lighting anything except the head of the guy in front of you. So these things are computers. They'll really figure out the exposure better than you can. So keep that off and you'll get a better exposure.
Yeah,
by tapping.
their low light settings are amazing. And if you have the flash on, it won't use its low light settings.
Right. It'll
But that said, sometimes you do want to fill. So for example, in Jim's face, his eyes are shaded by his cap. So I think I will turn on. So how you do that is tap the little lightning bolt and then tap on. You need to see it turn gold, and notice a little gold lightning bolt at the top of this. All right, now when I take a picture, it will fill flash. And I bet you that looks pretty good. We'll look at all these pictures in a minute, but next I have to take a selfie. Now, what is a selfie? It just means switching the lenses. Instead of using the rear lens, you're using the front lens. So you need to switch lenses, and there's a button right on the screen that does that. So take a look at your screen, and if you see something that looks like it's turning around, and in this case, it is the little circular, and if I tap that, now it's using the front lens. So we get to have a selfie. And I think they're great. We never used to be able to, but now I want to turn the flash back off because I want to leave it in the off setting. And I want to switch back to the rear lens also. Okay, now a video. So to take video, we don't want them to see that mess, do we? To take a video, you need to put it into video mode. And on the iPhone, that is by the shutter button. And what you do is you just kind of slide it until video is in the center, and now your shutter button turns red. And then you tap it to turn the video on, and then again to turn it off. Want to take a couple more bites of the apple?
Sure.
Or we could have, there we go. So a very interesting video of Jim smiling and eating an apple. All right. And then I tap to stop it. And it gets not only the video, but also the audio. So unless you have covered up the microphone, so it behooves you to know where your microphone is. On the phones, there's several of them, so it's not so hard, not so easy to block it. But on an iPad, it is super easy to put your finger over the microphone. Okay, so what else? We've done photo, flash, selfie, video. All right, next comes Panorama. And since there's really not much of interest in here to take a panorama of, I'm going to show you a little video I took the other day of taking a panorama outside by the pool. And that is in my Dropbox and iPhone Pano. Okay, so here's the deal. you use Panorama when the photo you... Are you hearing sound? When the camera's not wide angle enough to get the whole shot, you go into panorama mode. Now, for this, you want the camera to be vertical because you want as much height as possible because it's going to be very wide. And you go into pano mode, you tap the little button, you pan across and keeping that arrow on the line. And when you finish, you tap the button again and it's done. Now let's go look at it. We're using Google Photos to see it. And there is a beautiful panorama photo of the whole scene. Just figured that that would be more interesting than...
I think so.
I'll do the Office with the Android. All right. And now we're going to go view the photos. So you could view them in the Apple Photos. That's the app that comes native with the iPhone. And I'll do that first because now I go into camera roll. And now this one is the video, and I would have to tap play. Wonderful video. Okay. Now there's the selfie. And there's the flash. Now, but what was... Notice that there's a little bit of motion. That was just a photo. This is not a video. This is a photo. So this is the special tip with Apple. It's called live photo. And you just see a hair of motion as you swipe through the pictures. But if you long press, so actually touch your finger to the screen and hard press actually, come on, there. It's giving 3 seconds of video along with the still shot.
And sound.
And sound, yes. 3 seconds of video. Now, how did that happen? I didn't point it out to you, and a lot of people do this by mistake. So let me just show you in the camera. It's that gold bullseye on the left. And let me tap it once, and you see it says live off. Tap it again, and it says live. That is the setting that on the iPhone 6S and above makes it capture 3 seconds of video along with the still. Now let me show it to you in Google Photos. In Google Photos, there's this little, see, it just shows you the video. You do not have to press on the screen. There's this little arrow up on the top, and I can tell it, no, don't show me the video. I just want to see the still. Or I can tap that little button, and it shows me the 3 seconds of video. Now, I always thought that the main reason for this would be so that you could find one frame and capture that. So if I say, gee, I don't like that still, but there's probably, yeah, there, when he kind of smiles and looks at me, that's the one I want to capture. We wrote an article in the last newsletter. So if you get Geeks on Tour newsletter and you read it, you already know how to do this. What you do is download a free app called Lively. And Lively gets your live photos and gives you 3 choices. You can make a GIF out of them, which means an animation that uses still pictures, but there's an animation of them. Or you can save out the 3 seconds of video, as a movie. Or what I want to do is you can capture just one frame. Now it's showing you all the different frames, and I can decide which one. Oh, there we go. That's the best one.
That's probably your favorite frame. Yeah.
Let me see. There. I like that one. And I just tap on export frame, and then lower left, I tap on save. So now if I go back and look at photos, and I will use Google Photos, I now have the frame that I saved out. So I think that's pretty cool. All right. I think I'm done with Apple, and it's on to Android. Okay, now I have to get this. I need to get it projecting and cast and take this one off.
Well, are there any questions out there while we're looking there? I don't see any on our chat yet. Richard Clarkson, Maura, hi. Bob Brown, how are things in Massachusetts? Did you get much snow?
All right, I'm ready with the Android now.
That looks good.
Okay, and the camera app on my Samsung Galaxy S5 is that one in the lower right-hand corner. So I tap it, and I take a, oops, look at this. It's set to Panorama. So I need to change that first. I don't want to take a panorama of you. I want to, so I have to go into mode and just put it back to auto. That's one thing that kind of bugs me. I wish it would automatically switch back.
Yeah.
I think the iPhone does.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
I wish my Samsung camera did that, but it always ends up on what I left it at.
Right. So here we are taking a picture, and I am holding the phone horizontal. It's not, the reflector is not reflecting that, but you should be holding your phone horizontal. And I take a picture. All right. Now I can choose to focus on his mustache, or I can choose to focus on the sign up on the wall just by tapping. I can also zoom, and I didn't show you this on the, I can zoom by spreading my fingers. If I decide that it's that picture that I want, I can zoom in on it by spreading my fingers. Now, this is just a digital zoom, so don't expect a whole lot, but that is how you do it. And then flash. Where is the flash on the Android? It's not as obvious as it is on the iPhone, but take a look at the screen and see your options. And there's usually more under the gear. So I tap the gear, and now there's all sorts of options. Take a look at them. And there's flash. And I have the same 3 choices, on, off, and auto. Each time I tap it, I get the different one. So I say to leave it off, but if I want to take a flash, turn it on, take the photo, and fill flash can be a good thing.
You just blinded me.
Yeah, I figured. Sorry about that. Then we need to take a selfie and a video. So the selfie, we're looking for an icon on the screen that looks like it's going to switch from back to front lenses. And it's on the upper left of the screen here. So I tap that, and I am now looking at myself. Now, a fancy feature on the Samsung that I love is voice control. Can you go back to live photo? And the meaning, I don't have, if I'm taking a selfie and my hand is stretched way out here, I can't reach it, I can just say, shoot, and it takes the picture. I think that's a Samsung camera thing, because you don't have it on your Google phone, right?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But it is on my Samsung camera. It's really an Android tablet with a really good lens.
Oh, right. Yeah. But that's
a Samsung.
Right. That's a Samsung. Exactly. Okay. Now I want to take a panorama, and I am going to take it just in here so that you can see
our mess.
See our mess. Yeah. So to take a panorama on the Samsung, I tap on mode and choose panorama. Okay. And now I have that long box down there, and now I am going to turn the phone vertical so that it has more height, and I can tap on the shutter button then, the one with the camera, to start the panorama going. And then I just move the phone. Notice that the picture is building in that box in the middle. And that's as much as I'm going to show you of our studio. And let's go look at it. I have a little Google Photos icon that pops up, and that's a setting into Google Photos so that I can go straight to Google Photos and see the results. I just still think that is so cool. I mean, to take panoramas before smartphones, you used to have to go click, 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 and take several pictures.
And then have a good software that'll stitch them all together.
And for the special treat on the Android, Jim's phone, the Google phone, has the Google camera. And I haven't found a way to download it. I mean,
it's available for some other phones, the Google camera app, but it's not for all.
Can I see it?
Oh, sure. What?
Your phone.
My phone.
All right. Yeah. I told you I would be looking at it.
No.
The Google camera has a feature called Photosphere. So it takes a panorama and puts it on steroids. It goes 360 degrees and up and down, so 360 degrees around and up and down. And shall I cast this?
Sure. Live dangerously.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Now, all I really wanted to do is just show it on here. So in Google Photos, you took a photosphere out by the pool, and well, that's not it. All right, let me just play a little video that we took of making a photosphere, and that's in my Dropbox. And it was called, and all these videos that are showing you are on our YouTube channel. I just uploaded them this morning, so you can watch any of them. And there's the one first, Photosphere. I sure wish that was turning.
You ran into that problem before. You didn't look at it.
So this feature, I did, is called Photosphere. And in the Google camera on the Google phone, the Nexus 6, you just tap the three-line menu and choose Photosphere. Now it's just moving around and showing you these blue dots. You just put the circle around the blue dot and it takes another picture there. It's kind of like building a jigsaw puzzle.
And it can take quite a bit of time and there are some procedures that you're supposed to follow in the organization of putting these photospheres together. But it really does come out with a very compelling picture.
But the thing to note, he's not even tapping the screen.
I'm just putting those blue dots in the circles as I'm looking around. And once I'm finished, I can tap on the little checkbox at the bottom, and it will process all of that stuff and stitch it all together. And it's very fast and it's amazingly accurate.
Yeah.
But there are mistakes. And sometimes you just have to do it again.
Yeah, what you'll see here is
It's
I am
building.
I'm a floating head.
Yeah.
Well, you might want to watch that one on our YouTube channel. The casting here is having trouble. Okay.
It's very bandwidth intensive.
Yeah. All right. There we go. So I think I still did everything. We demoed taking a photo, set focus, zoom, taking a selfie, take a video, flash off. Oh, I didn't take a video with the Samsung. Because there is one thing different in the Samsung. As soon as you tap the video icon, it's taking the video.
Right.
Unlike on the iPhone, you put it into video mode, then you start and stop. On the Android, you tap the video, it starts. I kind of like the Android way better once you get used to it.
Yeah, because you're ready for it.
Oh, and I was going to take the video of him.
Oh well. Well, we do invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com/Geeks on Tour TV. Let's see. Questions. Somebody asked or said that it didn't have live photo on their 6 Plus. No, that only came, and Jeff answered, only came in with iOS 7. 6S Plus.
Yeah.
And it's there on the 7s. So
you have to have the 3D touch type of screen.
Bill says Photosphere would be great on a tripod while diving. I don't know.
Whoa.
That would be pretty cool. And
you know, the Google
good for household inventories. So you can go around and take a shot of your room and see all the different things that are in there. I know people that have done that. It's pretty cool.
Or for making a sales site for selling a house or an RV. You take a virtual tour. In fact, that's what it's called on the Samsung. There's a camera feature called Virtual Tour, which is really close to the Photosphere.
Okay. And Facebook. Oh, my app of the week. Let's do this one first. I've lost my mouse. App of the week. I like this one. It's special. I think, you know, you have these photo frame apps, and there are a lot of them out there, and some of them are really pretty cool. But I found one for the Apple and I found one for the Android. I did not see one that works on both, but there probably is one. There are really a bunch of them. So this is the app of the week for the Apple. You find this on the App Store, but you can just search around and find others. And then I went in and I made some just a picture of Chris and I. And this is on Google Play, Valentine's Day photo frame by App Wallet Technologies. And I kind of like theirs in the way you can put it all together. They have a lot of different frames, and you can size and change and swizzle and swirl and all that other stuff. So happy Valentine's Day.
I love you.
And that's probably all the Well, that's about it for us, I guess. Did you learn something? Now, this is your chance to show that you've learned. If you wish your phone's camera had more features, you can A, get a new phone, B, install another app, or C, use the enhanced setting.
There is no enhanced settings. You can just get another app.
Okay.
They're pretty amazing. Just Google for camera apps for your phone.
For your series phone model. Taking a selfie means switching to the front-facing lens. Which of these icons is not a selfie button? A, B, C, or D?
A. That's the recycling icon.
I like that.
But the point being, just look at your screen and look for something that has arrows. That means switching lenses.
All smartphone cameras can be controlled by saying shoot. True or false?
False.
Yeah.
Only the Samsung camera, as far as I've learned.
But it's fun when we do this live at an audience and we say these words, you hear other phones going off in the audience.
Taking pictures.
It's a lot of fun. The flash has 3 settings, on, off, and auto. Which setting do the geeks recommend?
Off.
Off.
But you should know how to turn it on in case there's a situation where you do want it.
Yeah, there are times when you do want it. When using your phone as a camera, hold the phone vertically, portrait mode, horizontally, landscape mode, or C as you would a camera.
See as you would a camera, but realize that that means normally horizontal.
Yeah.
You know, I see people taking pictures with their phone like this all the time.
And sometimes that's okay. There are some apps out there like Instagram which take a square photo. It doesn't matter which orientation you have. And there are some tools out there that force you into one orientation or the other for whatever reason.
But you will love yourself when you go to view these pictures on a big screen if they fill the screen.
Right.
And they only fill the screen if they're horizontal.
And if you're doing this with your Chromecast like we showed
Yeah.
you before, wow. All right. Digital zoom means the same as crop. True or false?
Well, yes and no. Basically, yes. Basically, yes. But the digital, I'm learning that spreading your fingers and zooming in does do a little bit better than cropping the photo
and I
after.
think that's because the computer inside these things is getting so much better. Our most important tip for good smartphone photos is
Clean the lens.
So important. And you know, one of these microfiber cloths is great, but a cotton t-shirt is fine. There's glass in front of the lens, so you're not really going to be scratching your lens, but you do want to be careful with it.
Yeah, I am just in a habit now. When I take my phone out of my pocket to take a picture, it stops at the t-shirt first. And I clean the lens.
Good ideas. All right, Chris, what's the webpage that lists all of our weekly shows?
Geeksontour.com, and the menu item is Weekly Show.
And the webpage that lists all of our recent newsletters.
Geeksontour.com. The menu item is Blogs and News, and make sure to go there and read the latest newsletter if you haven't. There's an article about live photos.
And the benefits you get by joining Geeks on Tour.
The access to all of our stuff. Our complete learning library of prepared tutorial videos, the member Q&A, you can ask us questions, the show notes of these shows, and all of our ebooks, including the latest Google Photos book.
Okay, and to get all of that, you just become a member. Go to our website, geeksontour.com, and click on Become a Member. Next week, no live show. We're going to be on the road, and we have no idea what kind of connectivity we'll have or time we'll have. So watch for a rerun on thebuttonshow.com. We'll post that up there on Wednesday, just like all the shows. And if you have an idea for a topic, use the suggestion box at the geeksontourbuttonshow.com.
At thebuttonshow.com. There is a link over on the right for a suggestion box. And if you've left a suggestion there in the past and I didn't do it, try again. I've established a little procedure that I should be checking that more often.
Okay. Let's go here. And go here. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. We hope you learned something. I'm Jen.
I'm Chris.
And we are Geeks on Tour.
Keep pushing those buttons, especially that shutter button. Take lots of pictures.
I think that's always a good...
Use Google Photos and it takes care of them for you.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.